Hey everybody, welcome back. We're going to learn about parallel lines and transversal. So if we remember yesterday or the last video that I did, we talked about transversals and I made the following angles: corresponding, alternate interior, alternate exterior, consecutive interior, vertical, and parallel lines are what we talked about in Unit 1, but we've discussed the top four. So when you have parallel lines and they're cut by a transversal, the corresponding angles of the two intersections are congruent. Alternate interior angles are also congruent, so you want to make sure that you remember that these are equal to each other. Alternate exterior, they are equal, and consecutive interior angles are 180 degrees. Vertical angles that we also, if we remember from chapter 1, they are equal, and a linear pair equals a straight line. So those are 180 degrees as well. So we're going to below identify the measurement of each angle and how we justified that. So if we look here for number 1, we are told that this is 65 degrees. So we need to think, well, what other angle can we identify? You don't have to go in order. All you have to do is just find a relationship. So I'm going to identify that angle 1 and 3 are equal because angle 1 and angle 3 are vertical. Those are vertical angles. The next pair that I'm going to identify is angle 1 and angle 2. And angle 1 and angle 2 are 180. They are a linear pair, so we can say angle 1 and angle 2 are a linear pair. And if we remember, a linear pair is two angles who are adjacent and supplementary. So if you take 180 minus 165, you get 115. Let's look, now that we know angle 2 is also 115, you can find the measure of angle 4 is also 115. I'm going to use the reasoning of angle 2 and angle 4 are vertical. You could have easily done that 1 and 4 are a linear pair too, but it doesn't matter, just as long as there was some relationship that's correct. So now we need to determine how we are going to move down here into this intersection. So if we think, well, what one of the above? Can we identify corresponding, alternate interior, alternate exterior, or consecutive interior? You can identify that angle 1 and angle 5 are going to be the same because angle 1 and angle 5 are corresponding. Then you can say, okay, well, angle 7 is the same thing as angle 5 because angle 5 and angle 7 are vertical. You can find angle 6 is 115. You can say 5 and 6 are a linear pair, or you can say 2 and 6 are corresponding. And you can say angle 8 is also 115 because 6 and 8 are vertical. Or you could have easily said 5 and 8 are a linear pair too. Okay, so if you go down here, we have angle 6 is 142. So we can find the measure of angle 1 is 142 because 6 and 1 are vertical. We can find the measure of angle 2 by a linear pair. So you can say angle 2 is 38 degrees because 6 and 2 are a linear pair. We can find the measure of angle 3 because angle 2 and angle 3 are consecutive interior. Consecutive interior, if you look at the top, these two angles add up to 180. So if you know it 2 is 38, you do 180 minus 38 and you get 142. See. We can find the measure of angle 4. If you look, you can say angle 2 and angle 4 are corresponding. They are in the same placement, so that means 4 is 38. We can find the measure of angle 5 is also 38 because 2 and 5 are vertical. Number 7, you can say angle 2 and angle 7 are alternate interior angles. So angle 2 is 38, so that means 7 is also 38. And the last one we need is 8. I'm going to use a definition we haven't used yet. I'm going to use alternate exterior. So alternate exterior, if you look, angle 8 and the exterior angle on the opposite side is angle 1. So that means 8 is 142. Okay, flip it over. So if we look at this example here, you could also do the trick where we have the dots. So the dot trick is by doing every other angle as a color. So like this one was green, this one's going to be pink, green, pink, green, pink, green, pink, green, pink, and I identified that. So you can do it a little bit colorful, and I'm going to show you that if you have angle 5 as 82, that means all the pink angles are going to be 82. So if we go here, 4 is 82, 7 is 82, 8 is 82, 6 is 82, and 9 is 82. And then you just have to see that angle 5 and 11 are a linear pair. So if you do 180 minus 82, you're going to get 98. So that means 11 is 98, and all the greens are. So 12 is 98, 10 is 98, 3 is 98, 2, and 1. And you can do the color method. We're going to skip this one. I'll come back to it after and I'll show you. So in this example, we have a parallel, here's our parallel lines, and here's a transversal. So that means these are grouped together and these are grouped together, okay? We can't do it this way because these two lines aren't, we can't go this way because these two lines aren't parallel. So if we identify them this way, we can color them. And I'm going to get 2 other colors, and I'll do the ones down here. So now I have pink and green and blue and yellow. So if we look at angle 7 is 38 degrees, then everything that is blue is going to be 38 degrees. So that means angle 5 is 38, angle 13 is 38, and angle 15 is 38. If you look here, 5 and 7 are vertical, 7 and 3 are alternate interior, and 13 and 15 are vertical, or you could say that 7 and 15 are corresponding. So there is still a relationship. It's not like me making up stuff that this trick works. So if we look here, 8 and 7, they make a straight line. So if you do 180 minus 38, you get, 142. So that means 6 is 142, 16 is 142, and 14 is 142. Then we are told angle 10 is 102, so that means everything in green is 102. So 12 is 102, 2 is 102, and 4 is 102. And then to find this, sorry, we're going to get an interruption.
Good morning, all faculty and staff. This is a reminder there is a meeting at 7:30 in the back of the auditorium regarding insurance information for employees. Again, all faculty and staff, there is a meeting in the back of the auditorium at 7:30 regarding insurance for school employees. Thank you.
So for this, we do it 180 minus 102, and you get 78. So that means angle 11 is 78, and that means everything in pink is 78. So 9 is 78, 3 is 78, 1 is 78, and we filled them all in. I'm going to do the two that are a little bit harder just because there's a lot more lines and there's a little bit trickier to identify what it is, but you still do not have to do them. So if you look at angle 2, this is 41, angle 5 is 94, and angle 10 is 109. You can identify angle 4 is 109 because 9 and 10 are alternate interior angles. 9 and 8 have to equal 94, but we don't know what either of those are, so we can't go ahead yet. If we look here, parallel lines, 2, so 9 is 41. Therefore, you can find angle 8 is 94 minus 41, and 8 is 53. Then we could identify angle let's see, we can identify angle 6 here is 41. 6 and 7 are a straight line, so 180 minus 41 is going to get us 139. And then we could also look here that 4, 109, 9 is 41. You can find the measure of angle 3 by doing 180 minus 41 minus 109, and 3 is 30. And then here's a straight line here, so you have 180 minus 30 minus 41, and 1 is 109. Okay, I'm going to go back up to this problem and complete it quick. We know angle 12 is 121, and angle 6 is 75. Angle 1 is 75 because they are vertical. 7 is 121 because those are also vertical. If you look here, here's parallel lines. So we have this transversal here, so 6 and 9 are alternate interior. So this is 75, so that means 14 is also 75. That angle 7 and angle 5 and 6 are alternate interior, so if 7 is 121, you can subtract 75 to get angle 5 is 46, therefore angle 2 is also 46. We can find angle 3 because 3, 5, and 6 make a straight line, so 180 minus 46 minus 75 is angle number 3, which is 59. That means angle 4 is also 59. 2, 8, and 12 are a straight line, so 180 minus 112 is 59, and 11 is 59. And then if you look here, 9 and 10 make a straight line, so 180 minus 75 is 105. And this is also 105. So it was a little bit harder because you had to identify those transversals. So, all right, there you go.